One of my biggest sources of frustration is talking to candidates who are absolutely locked in on a certain type of salary number. And, these days, I think people really, sort of correlate a number with a certain sort of lifestyle, a certain level of value in the market, but they really do miss a lot of the fundamentals. So when you're on quite high salary, quite high levels of income, you're also on very high taxation levels. And half of that income is actually going to the man paying the government. So you have to be really clear about what number actually goes into your bank account each month. And it's amazing how many people I ask, well, what is the actual net amount that goes into your bank account on a monthly basis, and they can't tell me that, but they can tell me that they earn 300,000. So you've got to get super clear on what are you actually truly earning, and you've got to maximize that number. And you've got to get your budget and your household in check. But it's really important because I see people trip up all the time with salary negotiations, and they literally walk away from a job offer over $20,000, which in the scheme of things equated to a very, very small difference in that monthly net number. And they're making the wrong decision based on, a scenario. And we see this all the time with people who don't sell their houses, because they're locked on a number. And they miss out on an incredible opportunity to sell their house at over $50,000. And then they're stuck on the market for months to come. This happens all the time in the salary side of things. People get locked on a number, and if they don't get that number, they walk away. We had a client this year who literally walked away from, a salary package which started with a very high 200 X thousand, and he walked away because he was looking for a 3. He was looking for a 300,000, and he rejected that offer. And then the market changed, and it was almost impossible to get a 3 in the market. And there was a real shortage of this type of role in the market. Incredible mistake, and ended up being out of work for nearly a year as a result of making that fundamental error. So you really have to be super careful with salary negotiation, understanding what you're truly earning, and not get so hung up on a number and take the blinkers off. Ultimately, you should be working towards multiple sources of income. And if there is a shortfall in that main employment number, there's a number of ways you can address it. So, I often counsel my clients, okay, the offer is $20,000 less than you're expecting. That's okay. We'll go and get a board seat. We'll go and get a mentoring assignment. We'll get something that's going to bolster you and get you back to whole. So be really cautious on, the salary side of things. Be really crystal clear on your numbers. Be clear on what you're paying in tax. Be clear on what goes into your bank account. Be clear on your household budget. Without that clarity, you're going to make mistakes when it comes to contract negotiations and salary negotiations. You must get that clarity up front and, be crystal clear. And I suspect a lot of people are not crystal clear on that fact, because I ask people all the time, what's the net that goes into your bank account? And they very rarely can tell me that, but they can tell me the top line figure. So important to get your facts right, and then that will help guide you as you go through any form of contract negotiation. But just remember, take the blinkers off. You need to look at this more holistically if you want to be successful with salary negotiations.